Welcome back, guys. So in the process of cleaning out or taking out a stump, I managed to break my hydraulic hose or fitting. This is the second time I did this week. First time was just a fitting, and they just replaced it. This time I actually broke the hose. I've taken out a lot of stumps with this, and for some reason I managed to break the hose in within 24 hours with 2 stumps. So I have to take this hose off, and to do so there is a bracket down there, and it feeds down through this arm up underneath here. There's a bracket here, and then I have to take the housing off and the where the controls are. I have to take that off. So let me go grab my tools and we'll get started. Alright, I got my tools. So to undo this one bracket that's down in there, I'm gonna have to raise this arm up and push the boom out. So let me do that. Alright, that's perfect. That looks like it's a 10 mil. Oh. It's 11. Oh, nice. Well, taking the nut off, I just wrung the bolt right off. So, anyways, let's get the hose off. I will worry about making another bracket. Actually, you know what? No, I should probably do it that way. You have to get a new nut and bolt. So, yeah. Well, instead of grinding that off, I might just weld on a new one, a new bolt, right next to it. Because I got plenty of space down in there to do so. Alright, so let's go ahead and take this. I need my side snips. Alright, I got my side snips. So we're just going to snip this zip tie off. So let's take this protective covering off. So this is the hose right here. So let's see if I can take these bolts off without breaking them. And those are a 13. Yeah. Oh, they're loose already. Oh, there's nuts on the back side. Yeah, there's nuts back there. Yep, let me go grab a wrench. Alright. I got a wrench. Let's do it this way. Perfect. I should probably just take it all the way off. That one is, of course, it's the middle one. Yeah, it's the middle one. And they have these nuts in here as spacers, so you can't collapse the hose, pinch the hose off. So, can I get, yeah, so, nope, I'll take that other one off. Alright. Over here. Alright. So just pull this all the way out. Alright, so there's 2 here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 on the front. There's 3 on each side. Four on each side, sorry. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Are you sure? Looks like you're standing there to me. That means
Yes, I am.
that's because you're doing something. You're doing something.
Mm.
You're not doing nothing. You gonna fix this for me?
I don't know how to.
Oh. Neither do I.
Yes, I do.
Oh.
You know how to fix everything.
Okay.
Well, not everything. Some things you can fix.
Alright.
of things. Andrew fixes things mostly every day.
Fix things every day.
And clean things.
And clean things. Yeah, because you guys are dirty. Right?
We could clean ourselves.
You can clean yourselves?
Yeah.
Oh.
The bathtub.
Oh, you clean the bathtub?
We don't clean the bathtub.
Oh, you don't clean the
We
bathtub?
clean ourselves in the bathtub.
Oh,
You
okay.
knew that.
Oh, okay. Alright, so it is
They're so tiny.
this one. This hose here. So looks like I'm gonna need a 17 or 18 wrench for it. So
Nope. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
it's gonna be a 19.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
I just gotta take this up to the tractor place. I got my tractor from Guy Brothers in Clements, Maryland, and that's where I get most of my stuff from. They're about half hour away, but it's already 5:30, 6 o'clock, so they're closed for today. So I'm gonna have to get up early and get there tomorrow and get this hose fixed. So they might be able to yeah, let me show you. So the end just busted off right there. So what they might be able to do is grind this off and recrimp a new fitting on there. I'm hoping that's all they have to do, so I don't have to buy a whole new hose. But yeah, so tomorrow I'll run up and get this replaced, and I'll put everything back together. Oh, and I gotta weld that bracket on. Alright, I'm back from the Guy Brothers. They made me a new hose. So yesterday I took the old hose off. Now I gotta put this back, put the new hose on. And I need to hook up the backhoe to the machine, to the tractor. So let me go ahead and do that. So the tractor's already backed up to the backhoe. So I just gotta lift my seat and hook up my hydraulic lines. My hydraulic lines are not marked. Sometimes I hook them up backwards, and I know right away once I try to operate it, it doesn't work right. So when I take it apart, when I take the lines off, I try to put the top line. I have the two, the top and the bottom. So I try to take the top line and lay it somewhere on top of the machine of the backhoe, and then the bottom I just lay on the bottom. So take these off. That's the top one. Here's the bottom one. And when I got this backhoe, it didn't come with little caps to keep dirt off of it. So I need to buy some. And you know, I recommend putting the caps when you're not using it for a while. Put caps on it. It keeps just keeps it clean and the dirt out of it. Alright, so that's hooked up. So let me go in the tractor and lift up the outriggers to raise the backhoe up. Alright, as you can see, it doesn't take too long if you have everything lined up right. This one arm I had to kick on, which is really hard, but the other one just slid right on, so it's pretty easy. Alright, so what I have to do is weld on, I got a bolt for the one that broke yesterday, for the clamp, so I got to go get my welder that weld this one. Alright, so what I did is, instead of grinding the paint off, I just welded the bolt on top of the other bolt, and then I left another one there, and then I ground the head off of the bolt that I bought, and I left another one there, so if the threads got boogered up, I would be able to use the nut to straighten them out. But everything is good. Nut comes on and off. So let's go ahead and get back to fixing this, putting this hose on. Another project completed. So let me pull this up, and oh, I need to take my tooth bar off my bucket, and I bent the tooth bar on the bucket. So I need to see if it bent my bucket any. So let's go do that. So this tooth right here I bent about 6 months ago, and I was able to bend my bucket back, but I put the tooth bar back on to do some digging, and it bent a little bit more. So I gotta pull it back off. The tooth bar is held on with 2 bolts that go on each side of the bucket. So, and that one's buried in mud, so let me dig that out. Well, that took some time. Alright, so I have this DeWalt. It's a DW059. It's a heavy duty 1/2-inch cordless impact wrench. I took the 18-volt batteries, if I can get this out. Took the old style 18-volt batteries. I bought this adapter because I switched everything over to the 20-volt DeWalt's. So this adapter goes in there like so, and the 20-volt batteries just slide right up inside of it. It adds a little more weight to it, but the gun's already heavy. It works. So let's go ahead and get the bolt off. Let's see if that one works. Like I said earlier, work smarter, not harder. Aw, just rounded that nut. Let's see here. Man, that thing is on there tight. Yeah, that's on there tight. That's not coming off. So it looks like it's gonna be Alright, now we got the bolts off. Let's see if we can get this tooth bar off. Let me go start it up. There we go. And that's what I thought. Bent my bucket here. Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, it's fine. It's not too far down. So, I'm not worried about that little bit. So, if I ever need to scrape, I got a box plate that will do a lot of the leveling and scraping. And I just use this to move material around. And so I'm not worried about that little bend. I mean, it's bent all the way across here. Wherever there's a tooth bar, it's bent. So I'm not worried about that. That's fine.